Hey folks, welcome. So yes, you will need a computer and a phone. So if you have, I think Prathamesh is asking if you have an iPad and Android device. It will be little, you can try using iPad and trying to connect using the, I'll tell you where to connect, but I'm not sure. I have not tried with iPad and I've always tried um, with the laptop and the phone. So I don't know whether it will work with the iPad and the Android phone. You can try it out and let us know. Okay. So hello everyone. Yeah, Suvarna, Jharnar, Rudra, Prathamesh, everyone, welcome. So we'll get started. If there's any question, you can put it on the chat. Remember that I may not be able to concentrate every time on the chat, so it may take some time. Okay. So let's get started. I hope you are able to hear me okay. Okay, just put a thumbs up or something saying that yes, we are able to hear you. Somebody can respond in the chat. So welcome everyone. Now in this session, we will be using the MIT App Inventor to develop mobile applications. Okay. So this is going to be a 4-day session. Today, that is 11th, tomorrow 12th, and 18th and 19th. So Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. At same time, 6:30 p.m. And I will be announcing the YouTube link for the day 2 and day 3, day 4, like that. Okay. That's actually, we'll be doing actually hands-on session. So you'll need a computer and a Android device. And on the Android device, I'm assuming that everyone has installed the MIT App Inventor. Okay. And both must be connected to the same Wi-Fi network. And all the communication to happen through chat. So in case if there was any question that was unanswered because the chat just overflows sometimes, then you can always send me email at sciencesocietyindia@gmail.com. Okay, so you can take the screenshot and I'll be happy to answer your questions. So any question that you have, I'll be happy to answer. Now remember that the audience here is a mixed group, right? So um, we have multiple grades students are there. Okay. हाँ मैं हिंदी में भी ट्राई करूंगा बात करने के लिए पर I think you should be able to understand I'm using simple English. Okay. So in case if you are not understanding then you can tell me. So यहाँ पर audience mixed group है 7th standard to 12th standard. So some people may be kind of fast, some people may be slow. Okay. So you will have to deal with that. Now, at any point in time, अगर suppose आप already जो exercise में दे रहा हूँ, जो हम लोग करने वाले हैं exercise, अगर आप already ahead हैं, if you already gone ahead, and you are waiting for me to continue, so you will have to go ahead and experiment with something else. So आपको कुछ और experiment करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि there is a big class here and it will be like it'll be like we want to make sure that everyone gets it, right? So yes, if you only have phone, अगर आपके पास सिर्फ phone है और computer नहीं है, then you will not be able to develop the app. आपके पास एक फोन होना चाहिए और कंप्यूटर भी चाहिए, सिर्फ फोन से काम नहीं चलेगा. ओके. गुजराती Gujarati મને પાકું નથી આવડતું. Okay. So I'm not good in Gujarati, so I will not be able to speak in Gujarati. So let's continue. Okay. So you will need a computer and you will need a phone, okay, for this class to continue. Otherwise, you can just watch what's happening. It might be a little boring. Okay. So you'll need both the things, computer as well as phone. Just having phone is not enough if you want to develop the application. So if you only have computer, still it's not enough because you need a phone to actually try it out. Okay. So if you don't have the computer or laptop, then you will not be able to do anything. Okay. So you will not be able to kind of, if you don't have the computer, you will not be able to develop the app. So it is a problem. Okay. So I will. So basically about me, some people may already know or attended some other sessions. Basically, I love project-based learning. I'm involved in running INSEF Science Fair. If you don't know about INSEF Science Fair, you need to go look at it, sciencesociety.in, and check out what is INSEF Science Fair. It's a great opportunity for you to showcase your project, right? Whatever the project that you have done. It's a free thing that you can actually send your project and it will get selected into a regional fair, and then finally it will go to a national fair. Okay, so make sure that you check the INSEF Science Fair if you want to kind of do some projects and get some kind of a platform to showcase your project. Professionally, I am a corporate trainer. That means I train employees of various companies on various technical topics, software design, development, testing, and mainly concentrating on security. So I am representing Science Society of India, which is a non-profit organization for promoting science. So Prerna, if you only have laptop, still not enough. You need to have a mobile to actually try it out in a much more, you need to grab some mobile, take somebody else's mobile, your parents' mobile for the timing for this class and try it out. And for that, you will have to install the MIT App Inventor companion app. Okay. So what is MIT App Inventor? It is actually a block-based tool. You really don't have to write code. Okay, so you can actually take the blocks and actually create logic, right? Just because it's a block-based, it doesn't mean you should not have logic. So you should have to create the logic using the blocks. Instead of writing code, it just gets you quickly into developing a mobile application. Otherwise, it's kind of it has a more learning curve if you are going to write a mobile application using, say, Java, Android Studio, right? So it may take a little more time. This is very kind of block-based tool. Very quickly, you can kind of create your app, your first app. So you get to know what this app is, and you can actually get this app running on your mobile phone. So you can create an APK file, and you can you can actually give it to somebody, share it, put it on the Play Store, everything. So आप इस MIT ऐप इन्वर्टर यूज़ करके आप एक APK फाइल क्रिएट कर सकते हैं जो आप गूगल प्ले स्टोर में भी डाल सकते हैं, या फिर आप शेयर कर सकते हैं अपने फ्रेंड्स को अगर आपको दिखाना है क्या ऐप आपने डेवलप किया है. So it's a very quick platform to develop a mobile application. That is what MIT App Inventor does for you. Okay. If you already know about this, then you can just quit this particular session. If you're learning Java, it's good. You need to learn any of the languages, Java, C++, whichever Python, whichever kind of language you want to learn. Here it's a block-based language, so there is no code requirement. There is no background requirement to do this particular, writing this particular app. Okay. Okay, so what we will do, first thing, so okay, let's get started. So we'll actually click on this particular link. You can search for App Inventor. Okay, you can search for App Inventor and click on this App Inventor thing. It will actually go to a particular page, okay, from App Inventor. And what you have to do, you have to click on Create Apps. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to click on create apps. So if you click on create apps, it will actually get you to a particular page. Here I have done some test application, and I'm going to actually continue this, and then I'm going to kind of start a new project. So we'll start from scratch, creating a new project. Okay, so I want everyone to actually go to this particular page, search for App Inventor, and you may get something like this screen. So I'm going to click on start a new project. Okay, so so I want everyone to click on start a new project. Yes, I will tell what we are going to do it. Okay, what we are going to do. So so what I'm going to do is let's create a camera app. Okay, let's try to name whatever you want. I'm just going to put like a name as a camera app. Okay, so now you will get a screen like this, wherein it's an open screen. That's your mobile. Actually, it's a screen. You'll get something like this. Now, if you want any components, now there is no coding required in this particular thing. A lot of people are asking, what is the code? What is the code? No Java, no Python, nothing. It's a block-based language. Okay, there's only blocks. So there is this user interface, as you can see here. So if you have come to this particular page, you will see user interfaces, and all of these are user interfaces. Button, checkbox, image, label, all these things are user interface component that we can see them on the actual application. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this button, okay, and put it here, drag it here. I actually drag this button and drag it here. Yes, I will tell you about connecting to the phone and all those things. So let's actually do this, drag this, do with me as far as possible, try to do with me. So I'm going to do, I have dragged this button. Now I can see that this button is coming only half, right? I don't like it. I want at least the button to be full, this thing, just for little bit kind of sanity. Okay. So since the button is only coming to half, I'm going to say, click on the width. I'm going to say width fill parent. Okay. So what happens is with fill parent, it's going to fulfill this particular width is going to be filled with the parent screen. Okay. Now text, I don't like this text for button. So the first application that we are going to write is a camera application. So what we are going to do, we are going to actually, our first app will create an app that would take a picture and store it in our local storage. Okay, so I just want to create my own camera application that would take a picture and store it in my local storage. Maybe a very simple app, but it's our app that you have done by yourself. Okay, so that's our first application that we are going to do. Okay, now, so we have clicked this button and we have actually see, we want to, I don't like this text for button, right? So I want to say take picture. I want to click a text saying that take picture. Okay, so I want to put like, I have just typed take picture so that I want to, using my app, I want to take a picture. Okay, so that's my this thing. So now this is the button control, UI control, user interface button. And if you go down, if you see a little bit down here, there are a lot of sensors, like there are a lot of components, right? Media is there, right? So if you click on media, right, there is camcorder, camera, sound player, sound, everything is there. Okay, so you can play around with these things. Once you know about this, then there's a lot of things to play around. So I'm going to put camera. I'm going to drag the camera into the screen. So camera is an invisible component, right? Unlike user interface where button was there, it was quite visible. It's a visible component. Camera is an invisible component. It will automatically take pictures. Okay, so let's see. So now what is it that I want to do? I want to take picture. When I do a button click, when I click on this button, I want camera to start and take a picture. That is what I want right now, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually, once I have put the camera here, I have dragged the camera, I'm going to go to the blocks. There's a designer thing which allows you to design the user interface, and there is a blocks. Okay, so I want to click on the blocks. Blocks allows you to write logic, create logic using blocks. Okay, So I've clicked on the blocks here. Okay. So you can also go ahead and click on the blocks. Now here I can see button 1 and camera 1. Okay. Suvarna saying that, can you repeat? Okay. So what I have done, let me go back. Yes, this app will work on mobile, and we are going to run it on the mobile. So what I have done a create new project, right? I have clicked here, start new project, and I have just dragged the button user interface button. I have copied the dragged the button from here and changed the text. I have changed the text to take picture, and to actually, since the button was coming only half, I have actually changed the width to say fill parent. That is the only thing I have done. Okay. So since I want the camera to take picture, I have actually gone down in the media and dragged the camera component into this. It's an invisible component. Okay. That's all I have done. Okay. So there is no code to be written in MIT App Inventor. It is a block-based language. No Java, no Python, no C++. It's a block-based language. Okay. There's no, like, it's just block-based components. Okay. So now I'm going to the blocks. Okay. Now this is where you write the logic. You create the logic. Okay. So, okay. So now what I see here is I have got my button and my camera. Right? So if okay, so I will try to go slow. Okay, since it's the first time, a lot of people who are advanced users, they can keep trying something on App Inventor. So I am going to kind of, I am going to go a little slow. Okay. So once you have done the designer component, once you have dragged these components, button, user interface, copy the button here. When you click on this, you can actually change here the text to take picture, and you can say the width to fill parent. Okay, this is the only thing that we have done, and we have done media and drop the camera here. Camera, I have taken dragged this camera into my into the app. Okay. So now when I click on button, right? So if you, there is no code. I don't know. I'm telling this many times that there is no code to be written here. It's a block-based language, and just check it out here how it is being written. Okay. So here with the button, what you can do with the button, you can do when button click. I want to do something, an action, when a particular event is performed. What is the event with the button? What you can do with the button? You can only click it, right? So on click of a button, I want to take some action. So here, if you click on the button component, you can get all the things that you can actually see. The most interesting thing would be on button click. On click, what I want to do, I want to take picture, right? As simple as that, right? So what I'm going to do on this thing, I'm just going to call camera take picture. So I'm going to fit in like this. There will be a sound coming in when you actually place this particular thing. So I'm going to I have fit this call camera take picture. So automatically camera component is there. They have got a lot of built-in components. We just want to take picture. So on camera, we say take picture. Now what do we do after the picture? We need to do after picture has been taken. What is it that you want to do? You want to show it, right? So what we want to do is camera. If you see in the camera, right? Now there is a component here. If you click on camera, it says when camera one after picture. So when camera one after picture, you'll have to do, right? What some people can do is they can rewind and they can check the what I have said, what I have done. They can do a rewind and check it. They don't need to be live with me. It's okay if you are a little slow. They can actually stop, pause the video, and then continue that. Because if I stop here, then it'll stop for everyone, right? If I go more slow than this, then it'll be so you can go in your own pace. It's perfectly okay, Suvarna. Okay. So when I click on camera, it actually said that when camera after picture. So after picture has been taken, what is it that I want to do? I want to show, right? I want to show this image, right? So I want to show this image somewhere where I want to show this image on the screen itself. Okay, so let me go back to this particular thing. Okay, let me go back to this, and I don't have, where do I show this? Where do I show the image, right? So I can't show the image. I have to show image somewhere here. And what do I do for that, right? I know that I want to show the image somewhere here. So what I would do, I would actually check, is there any component that tells image? Okay, so I'm going to search here, is there any component called image? In the user interface, as you can see, there is an image component. Okay, it's possible that you're not familiar with all these things. It's perfectly all right. As and when you need, you will have to look at it, and you can even click on this question mark, which will go to the help. Okay, so sometimes you don't know what it does. You have to click on the question mark, and it will give you the help for what this component does. Okay, so I'm going to drag this image component here into this particular thing. Okay, so here is the image component. Okay, so what I want to do, this image component is put here, right? What I want to do, since the image component may appear small, I want to make sure that image component occupies the rest of the area which is there. Okay, so here, if you actually do this, I'm going to put fill parent, say okay, fill parent, and then say okay. Okay, so I have filled the parent. I have put the image here and click fill parent, fill parent. So I have put an image component here so that it can, that image, whatever I took the picture of, will come here. I want to take picture and show this picture to somebody, right? I want to save this picture, right? So when you did a take picture, there's an image component has come here. And now if I go back to the blocks, okay, so here is the image component is there. Okay, so if I click on this image, okay, so I want to set this image. Okay, so I want to set this image to a particular, this picture to a particular thing. So set image picture. Okay, so I want to click this, and I want to actually say set this image to, I don't want this. I can remove this, drag, and then I can press a delete key, and I can actually set this get image. So I have to click get image and set this picture. So what I have done so far, right? I have actually added this button. I have saying camera take picture. Now after taking the picture, I want it to be in the image area, right? So what I did, I actually went here and put the image component here so that I can see the picture that I have taken. Okay, so now what I am saying is, after the camera is done, after camera took the picture, we can actually set image to this. Okay, set image picture to get image like this. You can take a screenshot of this. Okay, now what we are going to do, we want to connect to the mobile. Okay, at this point in time, I want to connect to my mobile. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to say connect. Okay, I'm already running an AI companion app. So I'm assuming everyone has already, everyone is already running the on the Android phone. They already installed the AI companion. So I'm going to actually run the companion app. Okay, so let me search that app. Okay, so I'm going to do some, in my case, I have to do reset connection, I guess. Connect, in my case, it's doing something, reset connection. Okay, now it's asking me, I'm going to try to bring my mobile into the screen, and there it is. So here is my mobile application. What I'm running, I'm actually running on a spare mobile that I have. So now it is showing me something like this. So everyone, if you run it, it's saying connect with the code, scan with the QR code, like that is coming, right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to actually connect, click here, connect to AI companion. Okay, so now it's telling me this particular code, and if you actually go back to this mobile application. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it here a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to say connect, scan the QR code. Okay, so it's scanning the QR code, and let's see what happens. Okay, I got my first application telling me that it is ready to take this particular application, take picture, right? So I'm assuming everyone has got to this particular extent. If I try to click take picture, okay, so I'll show you something interesting for you. So let's say take picture. Okay, so here is my okay, so I've taken the like the selfie mode. Okay, so I'm taking picture and I'm going to actually click on this. Okay, so whatever the quality has come, so it has saying okay or retry. If I say okay, okay, and there you go, it will actually show me in this particular form. Right? So I can rotate, I can do all those things. I can actually do whatever that I want to do. Okay, so it's able. So what I did was I just took a picture and put it into the image thing. Now in my this little older phone where I have configured this image in a different way. Okay, so okay, so when I click on the take picture, it's taking me to phone cameras. Yes, it will take you to the phone camera, right? Just like we did here, it will take me to the phone camera only. Okay, and once you click on phone camera, when you click on it, once you click it, then you have to say okay, and you will actually go back to that particular thing. Okay, so that's how it will work. Okay, so I'm assuming everyone were able to try this if it was a simple application wherein you could actually put the image and show this image. Right? Now somebody said that you want to kind of compare and disconnect it. Okay, it's fine. I'm done with the thing. Okay, so I'm assuming everyone is able to was able to do it. So let me take a poll on this before I continue. Let me see how many people were able to do it. Let me actually, oops, end poll. Okay, so let me take a poll. I'm saying done. Done. So I just want to know how many people have done. So there's a question. Let me see what the question is. Okay, so we have seven. Okay, so the poll results are out there. We have around 68% of 7th, 8th students and 9th and 28%. So 7th standard and 8th standard students are more here. So welcome guys at this age. If you are able to do this thing and enjoy this, nothing like it. Okay, so let's see how many people have done with this particular thing. I'm going to end the poll in like 10 seconds. Okay, so please go ahead and do it. And if you face any difficulty, please put it on the chat. And if you don't get the answer, you can actually send me an email. Okay. So, so I'm going to end the poll in 5 seconds. Let me see how many people were able to. 62% were able to do. 38% for some reason they were not able to do it. I don't know why. Either they don't have probably a computer or something. I don't know what the reason is, but otherwise 68% were able. I'm going to end the poll in 2 seconds. Okay, so let's see how many people got it. Yes, these recordings will be there in the YouTube itself. I'm not going to delete it. So only 21 votes came in. Last time 56 votes came in. So so yeah. So let's actually I don't understand. I can't create the first page. I can't open the first page. I don't know what it means. So let's now we took a picture and that's it, right? Now what happens is here, if you go back, I want to store this image, right? The image is gone. You took a picture, image is gone. What's the use, right? I want to store the image, right? So let's see what we can do to store the image locally on my phone. Right? I want to store the image locally on my phone. Okay. So what we will do for this, requires a storage. Okay. Now it requires a storage. Okay. So let's go back to our designer. We'll click on the designer, the user interface, the app that it looks like. Now I want to know the storage, right? So where will I go for storage, right? If I look at this user interface, layout, media, sensor, there is a storage here. Okay. So if I click on the storage, okay. Now storage means something that you can store. Either you can store locally on your phone or you can store it in the cloud, as Kevin is suggesting in the chat, right? So for now, so there's this cloud DB and there is this tiny DB. So for local storage, I'm going to use the tiny DB. I want to store locally. Right now, I don't want to put my photographs in the cloud. Right? So I'm going to use tiny DB. It's possible to put your photographs on the cloud and things like that. Other friends can see your photograph and things like that. You can develop whatever your imaginations are. Okay. So since I want to store in the so I'm going to copy in the local storage. I'm going to use TinyDB, tiny database. Okay, so I'm going to put TinyDB component in my this thing. I have dragged TinyDB and put it here for my local storage. Remember, TinyDB is local storage. TinyWebDB is web storage on the cloud. Okay, TinyDB is the local storage. Okay, now I have dragged TinyDB into my it's an invisible component. You can't see any database, like you can't see any visible component. Okay, so now what I want to do, I want to store it. Okay, so how do I know what all TinyDB does? It may not, first time nobody will know what it does. I have no idea, right? So you need to learn that particular thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually click on the blocks. Okay, going to go to the blocks and click on TinyDB. Okay. It's okay. Like right now, ignore this is not secure thing. Right now, you can ignore it. You can send me a screenshot. Also, if you are facing some problem, you can email me the screenshot and you can actually tell me what was the problem. Okay, you can tell me screenshot and what was the problem, because tomorrow, remember that we have class coming. So you will need to little bit, since we have started off, you need to little bit more prepared, right? Tonight you have to sit, or tomorrow morning sometime you have to sit and do something more, so that tomorrow also becomes more interesting. Okay, it is going to go very fast. So you'll have to spend some time. Okay, some lot of hours you need to spend to actually understand this. Okay, so TinyDB1, if I click, okay, what it has, if you see, clear all, clear tag, get value, store value. So what I want to store, right? I want to store something. What in the local storage, that is TinyDB1. So I want to store this particular thing. I'm going to say call this particular thing. Okay. Now when do I store, right? After the picture is done, I'm perfectly fine with a particular picture. I want to store it in my local storage. Okay. So if I put it here, if you can see here, if I put it here, so after the picture is done, I want to store it. I don't want it to go away. I want to store it in my local storage. Now here it's telling me tag and value to store. Right? Value I can understand as image is my value. You can think of binary image as my value. So I can understand value to store is Here it happens to be a binary value, which is an image. I can store binary. Image I can store. So I can say value to store is get image. I can put, I know what to store. Now, what is this tag business? Tag is something like a name for that image. What is the name that you're going to give for this image, right? So it needs a tag so that you can either get that image or you can set that image. Okay. So either you can get the image that is stored. Okay. Anytime later on, if you want to retrieve, how you are going to retrieve? You have to retrieve using the name. Okay. So what I'm going to do, so I need a tag which is a name, unique name for this image. Say your name is Rudra. So I want to say Rudra. Rudra will be the tag. So it will store as Rudra. So when I click on with the name tag as Rudra, it will come as that image will come. Okay. Now, if I want somewhere, so I want to make sure that it is configurable. It's not fixed. If I write it fixed here, then I cannot change. I cannot store multiple images. Right? It will be a problem. So I want to have a provision where I can give the name for the image. So I'm going to go back to my designer. I have not completed this task. Go back to my designer and I want something to type some name. Okay, I want some name to be typed for that image. Here is my selfie, right? So selfie 1, selfie 2, selfie 3 like that. Okay. So for that I need to type something. So in order for you to type something, let's see what is the user interface that's available. Okay. Now if I can see all this in button, all the sliders, and there's a text box. Okay. So I'm going to put the text box here and I'm going to drag the text box in between this. Okay, between after that take picture, I want to write this as a text box which I can type the name for that image, whatever I want, selfie 1, selfie 2, selfie 3. I can put those images and I can store, I can retrieve also. Okay. So now what I have done, I have put the text box here. I don't like this half screen coming in. So what I would do is I would say automatic in the width, fill parent, only the width. Right, so that the width will get filled with that particular. I like this screen. Okay, you can change the color, background, image, icon, everything you can do, but right now we'll keep it simple. Okay, all those things you can configure, but right now we'll keep very simple. So now I have done this text box here. Okay, the text box value will be my tag. Okay, so now I have inserted the text box, and if I go to blocks, okay, if I go to the blocks at this point in time, what do I want the tag to be? Right? I want whatever the user has typed. Okay. Now, going back to this particular thing, text box is something where you can type. Label is something that you cannot change. Like what is your name? Label is a fixed thing. Text box is something that you can type. I want something to be typed. Right? So, and hence I'm going to use text box and not label. Okay. Going back to the blocks. Okay. Now here I can see text box 1 coming in. Okay. Now, if I click on the text box, okay, so I can see a lot of things are there. We will not get confused with a lot of things. Okay, what I want, the text of that text box, right? The text of that text box I want. So there it is, text box 1 text. Okay, so text box 1 text. If I click here, it is coming here, and that will be my tag. Okay, text box 1, it will be my text, will be my tag. So now what I have done in a very quick way, I can store this in my mobile. Okay, if I say selfie 1 in my text box, it will store that image, and selfie 2, selfie 3, I can keep storing whatever, right? Somebody else's name also I can take the picture and put their name. So now if I type that name, I can actually go, store those things. Now, if I store this, if I want to retrieve, right? So if I want to retrieve my old image, so let's actually try to do this. Okay, let's do this particular thing. What we are going to do, we are going to run this. So I'm going to connect. Let me actually see if I think my app so I'm going to go back to my phone. Okay. So as you can see, so what my phone is showing me like this. I'm just showing my phone screen also. Okay. Now I'm going to actually connect AI companion. Okay, so if I see my phone here, so I'm going to click on connect with scan QR code. Okay, so it's coming like this. So it's building this. and there you go. It is actually, it has come, so I can say selfie one, okay, take picture. Okay, so I have to write selfie one first, and then take picture. Let's see what happens. There it is. I'm going to click on this, and then say okay, and there you go, it's coming. On this particular phone is coming, you should see in straight way. On my phone, there's some issue with the thing that I can actually realign my image. I'll try to do it later. So now it has stored as selfie one. Okay, so one image is already stored. Okay, so so now the problem selfie two, if I try to do, right, take picture, let me smile. Okay, I'm going to say, I can click OK here also. Selfie 2 is saved. Now, how do I retrieve it? Now, the problem is we have just taken the picture, but we have not done anything to retrieve it. Okay, now I need to have some way to get me picture, right? So what happens is I need to go back to my application. So I'm going to keep it running here in the background. Okay, I need to go back to my application, and somehow I want to get selfie 1, selfie 2. I want to see all the changing pictures, whatever pictures I have taken, because it's already stored. I know that I have stored it in like selfie 1 as a name, selfie 2 as a name, and things like that. So I need to go back to my designer, okay, and I want to say get picture. Okay, so I've done take picture. Now I want to retrieve the old picture, so I need a button, and then which will get me the picture. So I need a button. I'm going to put another button. Okay, I'm going to drag this button here, and I'm just going to put it here after this, and then tell that it is get picture. Get picture, and I'm going to change the automatic width to fill parent, which will fill the width to the whole size. So I like this get picture thing. So what should it do? Get picture, it should get the value from the storage. Just like we have stored it, now we need to retrieve it, the opposite of that. Okay, storage and retrieval. Storage, we store value. Now we need to see get. Let's see how to get the value. So now I have done get picture, which is the other button that I have. Now button 1, button 2. Remember that now take picture is button 1, get picture is button 2. So it's a good idea to name the button correctly, right? So we can say get picture button. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this button 2 to make it better, or I can keep my standard. What I'm going to do is button underscore get picture. Just to rename the button instead of button 1, button 2, because after some time I may not know which button is for what, right? So button 1 is for take picture, button 2. So I might as well rename it nicely so that I don't have to kind of deal with it. So take picture and get picture. So I always want to make sure that we name it nicely so that when it becomes complex, you won't remember which one is what. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. Okay. So I have renamed it to get picture. Now it's very easy for me to see here button 1 get picture. So when button 1 get picture is clicked, right? So if I click here, button 1 get picture, click. On click of this, I need to get this particular from the storage, right? I want to get the value, right? So what I'm going to do is, since I want that value, I want to, it is stored in TinyDB, and so I want to get value. Earlier I did store value. I want to do a get value. Now I'll click here. Now it needs a value which is a kind of, I need to actually have the tag. Okay, so it will give me, return me the value. So tag, what is the tag here? Tag is same as the text box text. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this, right click, duplicate, copy the text box, or you can actually click on text box and copy it also, however you want to do, right? And I want to assign to the image. Okay, I want to set the image to whatever the value which is there. So if I go back to the image, okay, I want to set this image. So what I want to do is I want to set the image to this particular one. So I'm going to remove this. Okay. Now, if I do a set image one picture to get value and the name, remember we have put selfie 1, selfie 2, selfie 3, like that we have done. So I have actually, I'm assuming that it will retrieve the old image, whatever has been stored. And for some reason, if it is not there, that image is not there, is deleted or removed, or there such name doesn't exist, then I want to say no available assets. Okay. So that the image gets not available. Otherwise, it will get the image. So what we have done, essentially we have added the get picture thing, so that in my local storage, I'll get with the name of that particular image. Okay. Now, let me see if I can whether this works. So if I, there it is, selfie 1 is there. Remember selfie 1, I was not smiling. Selfie 2, probably I was smiling. Get picture, there it is. So what I have done is, essentially it is taken from the local storage, right? It's taken from the local storage and done. So local storage and coming like this. Okay. In my mobile, as I said, this is coming in a orientation is kind of changed. I need to see what was the deal with the orientation thing. But on my other mobile, it was working fine. This is my like a spare mobile that I'm using it. So pretty much what we have done is we have actually created an app by which you can save, retrieve, take a picture, save it, retrieve it, this particular application. Okay. So we have used the storage TinyDB. We have used camera component, image component, text box. Those are the 4-5 components that we have used to actually make this thing work. Okay. So I'm just, did you complete? Remember, people who think that this is too fast, right? So did you complete this exercise of get image? Okay. So I'm asking a poll here. Okay. I want people to respond to that, whether you were able to complete it or not. Okay. So you can answer it on the poll if you are able to complete. Other thing, what I'm going to do is, as the time is, so there's a question saying I'm not able to get pick on clicking pick. So let's see. So you can actually look at this. You can take a screenshot of this. Okay. You can take a screenshot of this. On click, are you taking take picture? Then it has to come. Okay. If it says no available assets, which means that you have that name that you gave, right? So if I do like selfie 3, get picture. So it's actually coming blank, right? That's what you're saying. It's coming blank. So yeah. So it's actually basically it's a blank image. Okay. So you can actually create your own image saying cross or something like that, and you can put it in this thing instead of no available assets. This is like a blank image, a dummy blank image. You can put your own some dummy image that says cross, which means it is not available. Okay. So let me see poll. 13 people have responded. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a, a Google Meet. Okay, so in order to answer some questions, since I realize that the chat may not be as fast, okay, while you complete this, if you have any questions, we will do a doubt kind of clearing in that Google Meet. So right now, I'm going to create a Google Meet. I'm going to kind of close this session and create a Google Meet. Tomorrow we'll try like a walking app and things like that, other things that we'll try. But today, since it's the first day and a lot of people are kind of lagging behind, right? I'm going to actually, so let me actually share the ID. Let me give me some time to create this particular meeting, and you can join that particular meeting. Okay. So people who are out there and they're still struggling with something, they have a question. What I'm doing is I'm going to actually share this particular thing in the, and you can join me on my meeting and ask any questions. Okay. So you can join this meeting and ask any question. So I'm going to end this live session, and now we are going to the meeting thing where you can actually ask any questions. Okay. So we are going to kind of end this session, so that I want to make sure that people are up to speed and they are able to kind of, they're not behind. Some people have told me that it's going a little fast. It's possible for the first time, since you're doing it for the first time, it might appear that it's fast, but it's very easy to do. Okay. Yes, the live stream will be there. Link is not opening. Does it open now? So live stream will be there. Let me actually go back. Okay, sorry, I just did not start the meeting. I have started the meeting now. So I'm going to admit everyone. Give me some time. Don't turn on your camera. Okay, no need to turn on your camera. Kevin, no need to turn on your camera. Okay, so slowly we are moving to the, so live stream will end now. The recording will be there so that you can try it out. Any question that you may have, you can actually go to this particular live stream. Okay, you can go to and then slowly see the recording. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream now. Okay, and I want you guys to join me in the other meeting. So now I'm going to end the stream. Okay, thanks.